Let's have a look at the hang power clean. First of all, what are we trying to achieve with a hang power clean? It's an explosive movement, and we're trying to teach our members how to generate force or how to generate power out of their hips. Why we do it is to help people jump higher, help them run faster, help them push a sled stronger. All of those are the benefits that we get out of becoming better at a hang power clean or learning to generate power out of your hips. The other reason why I'm a big fan of a hang power clean is that it's not as technical as a normal power clean. There's slightly less moving parts because we're not picking up from the ground. And usually with a power clean, what we do see is a big fault is that people don't extend fully. They don't get that full extension out of their hips, fully generating that force. They stop over here, where with a hang power clean, although it can happen, it's a lot more difficult for people to do that. It's a lot easier for them with a hang power clean to really learn how to generate that power or that force or the extension out of their hips, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys now. So how do we coach this movement? Step one is always keep it as simple as possible. So what we want you to do is we want you to learn how to explode out of your hips and safely catch the ball on your shoulders. So what I want you to think about is jump and land with the ball. Okay, so that's going to be step one that we're going to explain to the class. Step two is going to get a little bit more technical. Here we're going to talk about the positioning when going for a hang clean. So when we go for a hang clean, the things that we're thinking about is, first of all, when I'm in my hang position, my knees are slightly bent. My shoulders will be in front of the bar or over the bar. I'm keeping the bar against my legs, and I do that by engaging my lats. So I'm keeping everything nice and tight, and I've got a nice proud chest. So I'm still sticking my chest out over there, and this is the position that we want to get into before we actually go for our hang power clean. Okay, so I've got my positioning down. What's going to happen next is that hip extension or bringing that force up. So what we're going to think about here is we're going to teach people who want you to go straight up. So we're jumping vertically straight up. We're going to think about shrugging. As we extend our hips, we're going to think about shrugging, and then we're going to get our elbows nice and high. So I think that we can focus on here, especially because we don't want people to swing the ball forward, is we can speak about jumping up vertically, shrugging your shoulders, and then getting your elbows to the sky. If people are swinging the ball forward, we're going to speak to them and we're going to say, what we want you to do is you're going to bring your hips forward, your bar is going to zip up your shirt, and then you're going to get your elbows to the sky, and that's going to be our extension part of the movement that we want to work on. And then finally, the last thing we want to bring in is our actual catch in that front rack position or on the shoulders. And over there, what we'd see quite often are the elbows very low or a very stiff catch. So anything there that we want to kind of create the awareness of bringing the elbows through quickly is to speak about whipping the elbows through or quickly rotating the elbows. We want people to understand that it's a quick action to get the ball into that front rack position. Okay, so let's put all of those things together, the way you're going to do it and the way you're going to coach it in your class. So first of all, people are going to line up. Some of the basics are that the feet will be underneath the hips or underneath the shoulders. From there, we're going to deadlift the bar up, and then we're going to start and we're going to go through position, the extension, and then receiving the bar or the bar landing on the shoulders. And those are the three steps that we're going to focus on. So I'm going to deadlift the bar up, position, shoulders slightly in front of the bar, proud chest. I'm engaging my lats, so I'm trying to bend the bar around my body, and now I'm in a strong position to go for my hang clean. Then secondly, now when we go for the actual extension, again, I'm thinking drive the hips. My hips are going to do the work. I'm going to shrug, and then I'm going to get my elbows to the sky. Okay, so my legs drive, my arms guide. Legs drive, arms guide. That's a very nice cue that you can use in your class. So I'm going to go up, into position, shrug, elbows to the sky. And then the last part we're going to bring in, again, is that landing on top of the shoulders or getting in the front rack. And there we want to think about a quick rotation or whipping the elbows through as quickly as possible. So from here, up, into position, quick elbows, and there is how we're going to complete our hang clean. Okay, so let's quickly look at some of the common faults. Fault number one that we can see quite often is that the bar is swinging away from the body. And again, the best cue to use there is get the bar to stay against your legs, brush up against your shirt, or zip your shirt up is also a nice cue to use. The second thing that we can see is we're not getting the shoulders over the bar. So they're almost going more into a squat instead of a hinge, where it looks like this. And of course, there we want to make sure that we want them to push their bum back. Make sure that your shoulders are over the bar and your chest is facing more towards the ground. And we want to keep our chest over the bar for as long as possible. Okay. Third thing that we'll see is an early arm bend. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but there again, nice cue. Legs drive first legs, then arms. And we can break it down for them. You're first going to drive with your legs. Your arms are just a guide. They're just straps to get the bar up after your legs have done all of the hard work. And then lastly is how they receive the bar. And again, which I've mentioned a few times, is when you're catching the bar with low elbows, we just want to speak about a quick rotation or a quick turnover, or whipping the elbows through as quickly as possible and receiving the bar on top of your shoulders. So how do we prep a class to do hang power cleans? We've explained what we're going to do. We've demoed the movement. We might even go through some of those positions as part of the barbell warm-up. But the ideal setup is that we're going to go tall muscle clean, tall power clean, then a jump and shrug, and then we're going to go for a hang power clean. So it's 4 movements to get them to understand that we're trying to generate force upwards. So it's a vertical jump. We're going to try and bring in those hips, and we're going to rotate or bring the elbows through nice and quickly. So the first one, the tall muscle clean, is teaching that quick elbow rotation. So from here, we're just going to go up and quickly bring the elbows through. So quite a simple movement, but it's shrug, high elbows, quick rotation through. Then we're going to go for a tall power clean. So now we're going to start bringing in the feet and moving the feet. So from here, we're nice and quick. And again, working on getting the elbows through quickly. From there, the next one is a shrug and jump. So understanding some of the positions we're going to get into. So from there, jumping straight up vertically. And we're working on that. And then lastly, we can put everything together and we can tell them we're going to go for some hang power cleans with an empty bar. And you can see it's very much the same movement, and you're going to generate a lot of force through your hips. Okay, that's the hang power clean.